This clip is brought to you by BoutThatOnline.com.
Peace, family. So this week we're joined with a super special guest, a hip-hop legend, J-Dee from the Lench Mob. Legendary. What's good with you, King?
How you doing? What's going on with you?
No doubt, man. I'm pretty good. Definitely stoked to have you here joining us with your fans out in London and obviously around the world and stuff as well. So it's a good experience for us to be able to speak to, somebody who was definitely there around in the early days, still around now, made a lot of moves and still making positive and progressive steps within the culture.
Absolutely. And thank you for having me on the show. Shout out to the whole UK. Shout out to my boy and them, like I told you. Shout out to Moni Love and her brother Marvin. Shout out to Everett, Clifford, my brothers from the Brixton area. But yeah, it's a blessing to make it back. It definitely is a blessing to make it back. It was a definitely long journey. One that a person couldn't predict the outcome. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, the Almighty, the Most High, my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, had a plan much bigger and much broader than mine. And so I was blessed to be reunited with the family and hopefully complete the mission that he got me on, bro.
No doubt, man. That's real. And we're glad to have you back. We recently spoke to Chili Chill and stuff as well. And he spoke about a new single that you guys had, Forever Rolling, which was slamming. We was bumping that. But to kind of take him back a bit, I guess a lot of the fans really want to get into how did it all start for you linking up with Ice Cube, forming the Lench Mob, and sort of the early beginnings, the climate of what it was like for you getting into hip-hop in the early days.
Well, the early days was, it wasn't a lot of acts out west, it wasn't like the game wasn't like it is now, completely oversaturated with just a million artists. And so, and the thing with Ice Cube, he and I grew up in the same neighborhood, His sister was like my older homegirl. She was from the neighborhood, And so one day we run into each other. Boyz-N-The-Hood was like a dry, rough copy of Boyz-N-The-Hood floating around the neighborhood on a cassette tape. You know what I'm saying? And I caught that older boy. J-Dee was a friend of mine. So I caught him in the car trying to steal my Alpine. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, Q, why you do me like that, bro? And we started talking about that. And he reminded me that it was a cat named J-Dee that EAZY-E used to mess with in Compton. And see, I used to mess with EAZY in Compton. So, the connection, the conversation kind of drew this parallel. And he and I eventually, I guess, for lack of a better word, came to a cool understanding quickly. And Cube started inviting me to N.W.A concerts. After they broke up and I stopped selling drugs, I was doing my own thing and working. And I ran into him at an in-store autograph session with Too Short, Ed Lover and Dr. Dre from Yo MTV Raps, and Heavy D and the Boys. This is when T-Roy was still alive, rest in peace. And Cube hit me up. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? I said, man, I'm at work. He said, man, you ain't selling dope no more? I said, nah, fool. I got a daughter now. I got to get this shit right. And he was like, look, you still rap? I was like, yeah. He said, come outside. So I slide outside and he turned me onto a rough draft of America's Most Wanted. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And he said, man, this is my new record. I went solo. I left N.W.A. I was like, what? Hey. He was like, you want to with me? Blah, blah, blah. We talked. I was like, yeah. He said, I'm thinking about calling it the Mass Circle or the Lench Mob. I'm like, shit, you did play like a piano already with King T. You might as well call it the Lench Mob. Plus, that's a hard-ass name that ain't nobody gonna never forget. And, bro, the rest they say is history. That motherfucker locked me in, signed me up, flew me to New York. I met Chuck D. I met Eric Salad. I met Hank Shockley, Keith Shockley. I met the whole Bomb Squad. Then I started meeting my idols. And this was all at a off-chance encounter, you know what I'm saying, at a record store, bro.
Peace, family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on BoutThatOnline.com. Check us out on Facebook for exclusive playlists and social media for all different types of segments and content.
This clip is brought to you by BoutThatOnline.com.
BoutThatOnline.com. On Hood. No squares allowed. Living as 1 hour slogans on Hood. That life, high energy. On Hood. Bout That Online, presented by Fonzie Neutron is a UK-based platform specializing in hip-hop culture. AboutThatOnline.com. Out of the UK, y'all tap in with it. Hip-hop culture on Hood. AboutThatOnline.com. BOUTTHATONLINE.com. On Hood. Tap in with it.
Peace, family. Welcome to AboutThatOnline.com, your one-stop shop for the highest hip-hop entertainment. Bringing you the dopest no-limit interviews, hip-hop legends, reviews, views, news, and more. So if you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be updated on new drops and content. Peace, family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on AboutThatOnline.com. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for exclusive playlists and social media for all different types of segments and content.